Alright, happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everybody has a lot of good things happening today and had a great weekend. Got out and watched Avengers. No spoilers here, so fantastic movie. If you're not caught up, go get caught up because it is definitely well worth the watch. So today on the lawn, I gave it a mow. Happy to report it's actively growing for the first time probably all year, where I feel like I'm actually making progress mowing, actually cutting something, and so cutting it a little less than 2 inches. I'm probably going to maintain that for the duration of the spring / summer, and we'll see how hot it gets and how dry it gets. But we've had a very dry spring, so at this point I'm already having some dry spots showing up from just the amount of wind. We have pretty much 10 to 20 mile an hour winds on a daily basis, so it's important that we keep the water on it and keep it at a height where I'm not having to water it too terribly much at this point. The problem I have out in the front is it's on such a slope. Trying to get water to stay is a little bit, when you're irrigating, is a little bit of a hassle. So I don't mind doing it by hand. I actually get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But anyway, so we got it mowed. After we got it mowed, I put down some ortho fire ant killer, preventative, and treated both the front and backyard and pool area. So we've got that down here in the south. The fire ants are terrible, and we do not want to take a chance with our dogs. I treat them twice a year, about every 6 months, so I'll be treating again at the end of the fall. I don't have any fire ants right now, but as I figure, I always find when I treat early before my neighbor does, I don't know, maybe she has to deal with them, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm drinking a delicious beer called Revolver Blood and Honey, Revolver Brewing Company, and it is an American ale, and it is super delicious, a great summertime beer. A little sweet, however, to me, not like sitting in the hot sun enjoying a delicious beer. I like a Blue Moon this time of year is another one of my kind of go-to beers. So all right, after the ant killer, we put down some grub killer as well. I did have grubs last year. While changing out some sprinkler heads this year, I also ran into some grubs when I was repairing the sprinkler head. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Last year I didn't treat. I'm going to treat this year, and I hate putting more chemicals down than I need to, but too much evidence that there's a problem out there. So I put that down and treated just the back. I'm not having really any problems up front. I'll continue to monitor the front yard. And then the backyard got 1 bag of milorganite. I just treated probably about 4,000 square feet with 1 bag. I didn't want to go real heavy-handed with it, and I just got a little bit of uneven green up. So just wanted to make sure that I'm getting a consistent green up out there. I don't know if the videos will show it, but there was definitely some apparent darker lines, and I think that could be from me just not being really great with sprayer. Just putting down the RGS and the humics and all the different micronutrients I'm putting down. I do pretty well with the granulars, so I'm gonna blame it on just not being great with the sprayer yet. It does take some getting used to, and kind of defining some lines when you're going, so I'm kind of working through that process. So I did not use any N-Ext products this weekend. I will be putting down humic on the whole lawn next weekend, most likely. That'll be about a month and a half. Put that down in March, and then I'm going to be probably doing aerate on the front parking and probably the front lawn as a whole. It's about 1,700 square feet, so I'll probably just do 2,000 square feet and pick up the pool area if I have any extra left in that from an aerate perspective. And the only reason I'm putting aerate down again is just looking at the aeration success I had in the backyard. I just feel like the aerate, you know, it's one application that I put down. Maybe a second application I'll do a little bit better. So I'll be putting that down most likely next weekend, and then probably not going to worry too much about aerate until after summer. I'm hoping that this weather that I have that's coming is going to help the Bermuda kind of take off. It's actually growing really well. It's greener than I've seen all year, and the color I'm getting this year is spectacular. It's definitely a darker green. The Bermuda is super healthy. I love how it's maturing, and it's just really dense. Probably from cutting it shorter and then using the N-Ext products, it's just really just it's spreading and thickening up better than I've ever seen it. So now I've been cutting it high. I've been cutting it 3 inches this time of year, 4 inches in the summer. Last year I went up to 6 inches just because I got busy and couldn't mow every week, and it was just getting out of hand. So I'm going to try to keep it at 2 inches at least until the end of June. July I might go up to 3 inches just to give it a little bit of protection from the heat. July and August will be in the hundreds pretty much, on and off every day for the 2 months. So outside of that, did some work on the here in the pool area, refinishing the deck. It's like a couple of year chore, and so that's always fun. And I think that's it. I think everything else is progressing pretty good. On the lawn, did some edging today, and I'm pretty happy with where we are with everything. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this beautiful sunshine wherever you are, and I will be putting out hopefully another hopefully another video next weekend with some updates on the RGS and N-Ext products and whatever I decide I'm going to use. Probably going to put some more milorganite next weekend in the front as well. So, or actually probably going to go with ironite. Matt from Grass Factor had recommended not just only using milorganite. The phosphorus gets a little bit hard for it to uptake, so I might move over to ironite, which is got more or less potassium in it. So I think that might be a little bit better alternative, and give me a little bit more, keep me more on a hybrid fertilization for the summer. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you want me to show you anything else, or you're just on the deck, let me know. It's a terrible cleanup process. I used this decking product a couple years ago, and it's a mess to clean up. So otherwise, cheers. Hope you're drinking a good beer. We will talk to you in a week.